So something that I prayed for this year to really increase in is discernment. And not just increase in discernment, but also acting on it. Which means that when I notice something, I feel something, that flag, as we say, that's something that needs to be reviewed and really dug into. And then you need to make the necessary decision. And for me, I realized in so many of my past relationships, there was discernment, but I didn't act on it. And the very things that were flags that came up ended up in the end being like immovable mountains at a dead end. Like they were a little flag and then they just completely erected into something that I just couldn't get past. And that's so important to understand, like how to be able to discern properly. And when I think about discernment, I think about like an example of like the power going out. So for me, like I can hear my fridge beeping, like it's gonna beep, and I'm gonna be like, okay, the power went out. Obviously, you're gonna see your clocks. You're going to see like, okay, they're blinking. So something happened, something where they were at one point normal, and then you're like, there's a flag, something shifted. And before I can move forward, I need to understand what happened and I need to reset it. And oftentimes we look to see a flag and we just move forward, we're usually gonna end up off because that flag is letting us know that, hey, there's something here that needs further review before you move forward. And myself, and I'm sure many others, we have seen that flag, put it in our pocket, and thought we could go on because it was in our pocket. We weren't looking at the flag anymore. But later, it's like I get to a dead end of like immovable mountains that come up. And so it's really important to start discerning when you see those flags come up and what they mean. And so increasing in discernment and really tapping into God, it brings me to one of my favorite scriptures, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6. And it says, in all your ways, submit to him and he will make your path straight. And some other terms also say acknowledge him. So that means that I'm saying like, hey God, something has happened. I feel a little funny about this. I can't really understand what's going on, but there's something here that is causing me to pause and something that's saying I need to assess this. So God, I want to tap into your infinite wisdom and I want to see what's really going on. Can you speak to my spirit? Can you help me out? That's the acknowledging him. That's saying, hey, I want to pull you into this, okay? Because there's a flag on the play. So just like when flags are thrown in sports, the referees, everybody has to get together. They have to review the footage. They have to all look and assess to figure out what happened. That's the same thing that you need to do in your life with God. Because when it says that he will make your path straight, that means that once I say, okay, I give this to you to help me understand it and to direct me on the right path. So then he can say, go ahead, move forward. Or he may say, you need to retreat. You need to go left. And so that's what we often miss, is that we try to move forward with those flags, knowing that there was something there that we discerned and that we felt, but we just didn't want to take the time to identify it. So I just want to encourage you today that discernment is the word of the day. And when something comes up that you realize in your gut you need to discern, go ahead and acknowledge God in that and let him lead you in the right